shouldn't we intro the show?
Yeah. Okay, so we're Eat Talk Repeat. We're here on location at Carversteak, enjoying some lovely wine brought to us by Ivo, our great friend.
Angela, where is he? Oh yeah, he's serving me.
Serving. Yeah. And John's high maintenance over here, but they have come out with their own steakhouse burger. It's technically the Carver Steak and Egg Burger. They reached out to us, wanted us to test it because they know we've been on a summer crawl of all the steakhouse burgers around town. So here we are. Chef is plating them one by one, so that's why John's is last. I think they're saving this delicate palate for last. But what do you think so far?
So far, unbelievable. I don't know how I'm going to eat it, though.
I think we could have gotten one.
You put in the request.
You said two.
4.
You said, yeah.
I
at one point,
this.
you said 2 per person.
Okay. All right. Don't let me stop you guys. Just bite it.
No. Start it.
Okay, I'm going to...
All right.
Okay, so wait, the anatomy of the burger. It's got a sesame brioche bun. It has crispy onion straws, a chimichurri, an egg. Look at that egg porn.
Your egg
Egg
just...
porn.
Egg porn.
Coming in hard.
You just leave.
Ooh, I inked. There is Wagyu rib cap, Gruyère cheese, one of my faves, of the crispy shallots, and horseradish cream.
So it has steak and a patty.
Steak and a smash burger of Mishima
So there's
Reserve.
a piece of steak on top of the burger?
Yeah, see that?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Isn't that burger overkill? I mean, I had to get a picture of that.
So,
All right.
so this is...
Grazie, paisan.
So we probably wearing a white jacket today.
Okay.
Was
A lot
not the best
of
idea.
egg. A lot of egg on this burger.
Okay. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, look at this.
John, generally you're a little questioning of egg put on
I
things.
don't
We
get
had a whole-
excited about it very much. I don't. Usually it's too much.
You get a little boiled over.
Yeah, exactly. I could eat these by themselves. And I will. All right.
Oh my goodness. Well,
I got the horseradish cream.
I'm just trying to, you know me, I deconstruct.
No. You got to take a bite.
But I got to just see underneath it. I mean, it's got like...
You're looking under the hood.
Look under the hood. Look,
The steak is incredible that's on it.
it's a piece of steak under it. So I'm going to try the steak. Well, this is more like a rib cap here, right? Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Well, the steak alone makes it.
I'll tell you, the bun is excellent too.
The bun's very good. The sesame seeds are something we didn't see much on our ventures.
All right. Food micro-influencer.
Incoming.
Photo time. I got to do this. Because if I don't, my 14 fans won't ask me why I didn't.
He doesn't realize that there's 3 cameras going that are covering.
I know. Okay. All right. So this is sort of...
This is actually unique to any of the burgers we've done on the trip.
How does one eat this?
Open mouth, insert, John. Come on.
All right. Okay, here goes nothing. Jesus. Do
you want a video of this?
I have a big mouth, but I don't have a big mouth.
So what John's showing us is that if you're on a hot date, maybe it's not the thing you want to order.
Knife and fork. Or bring a bib.
Bring a bib.
Holy guacamole.
It's horseradish cream on there, actually, not guac. But yeah, I think it's kind of unusual. We didn't get any burgers that were this ornate. Right? Am I wrong?
Ornate?
I'm trying to think.
All right.
Berries, maybe?
All right. I mean... The groceries are flawless. There's no doubt about that.
That's a great term.
But I don't know how a mere mortal attacks this. I mean, I could barely.
Oh.
Look at me. Mr. Effete.
So dainty over there.
I know. I have a reputation of pulled. Love the bun, love the beef.
I don't hear you saying anything about the egg.
I could do without the egg. I'll be honest.
What about the shallots?
Great.
The shallots are great.
The shallots add a lot. They bring a lot to the party. I'm never certain that egg does. Besides, that, we need to go even over the umami top more.
Yeah, I know. It's very splittable, very good. I'm impressed by the bun. I thought I wasn't going to like it when it came out.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, there's no doubt about it. The cheese is fantastic. Yeah.
Have you gotten the horseradish cream?
I'm searching for that. I took such a big bite, but I had such a big piece of steak in my mouth. I was concentrating so much on the chewing that I didn't do any of the tasting.
Do you like the Gruyère? A lot.
Yeah.
I think it's
It's a beautiful cheese.
I'm going to go fork and knife.
Yeah.
I kind of like the
I
egg.
believe we're drinking this with eating this with a Sangiovese from Italy.
Ooh.
Although we're blind tasting it. It's probably going to be a Pinot Noir from Australia.
With burger wine.
Very good.
It's a good burger wine.
It has a little bit of age. We can see from the orange color.
My advice is to take one big chomp and then deconstruct the burger. Sam, of course, is already done with his.
Well, folks, let me just tell you,
Have
this
you
is
not
how
eaten in a week? What's going on over there?
this is how you eat a burger. It's a good burger. You're just
This
gonna.
is actually really good.
What are you?
I know we're bastardizing it.
This is.
I just got the horseradish cream. Very good idea.
Also different.
Is there chimichurri on there too?
Yes. Yeah.
Haven't gotten that yet. So basically, you're getting a steak dinner and a cheeseburger.
Could be
all
the best
in one here.
Yeah, could be the best deal on the menu.
You get,
It has all my food groups.
yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
This is great. All right.
For me, I think the thing about egg is that it's a breakfast food. I don't know why I connect it it's great on a breakfast sandwich. But I don't hate it on this thing.
Oh, there's the chimichurri. I found it.
You found it? I'm loving the Gruyere.
I want to be in on the development meeting.
The R&D behind
The
it.
R&D behind it. Like, and then we had chimichurri sauce to the horseradish.
Okay. I think I've had enough.
Well,
that's yours.
You haven't finished yours.
I'm gonna write down about this. I'm gonna call this the
How did I lose
too
my
much
little-
is never enough burger.
Did I lose my
Right.
little... Nope, there's my sheet. Okay, these are the trusty cards that we took with us on our burger crawl. So we brought them today, to be fair. These are great, Lakin. These were perfect. Carver steak and egg burger. John.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Meat, 5 out of 5. It's fantastic. The grind is good. Everything's perfect.
I think I'm concurring on that. The bun, very good.
I think I'm giving it a 4. I think the bun is one of the better ones out there.
I'm going 4. Balance, meat to bun ratio.
Well, this is like, yeah, this is a meat bomb.
It's a mammoth mountain of meat.
It's a mammoth mountain of meat.
I mean,
That's why I think.
but was it out of balance? It wasn't.
No.
Were you overwhelmed by meatiness?
I'm overwhelmed by the
Flavors.
magnificent mountain of meat.
It's almost kind of like a salad. You know how like every bite in a big salad, you kind of craft a different flavor profile. You're like, oh, this one's got the protein, more dressing. It's kind of almost how this
Here's
is.
a question. Do you think that the steak overpowered the patty?
I would say,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would say it was tough to distinguish
Yes.
which was which.
Because the steak was really good.
The
with
steak
the
was
little
really good.
chimichurri on it.
Right.
Okay, I'm going meat to bun ratio 4,
I think that's right.
plate curb appeal 5.
Oh, 5.
I mean, that
Is there
comes
Can we
out.
put a 6 on there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Umami bomb factor. That's
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
it was good.
Accoutrement factor. And this is where I think it might lose points because like you're saying, it's too much.
It's the
While
too
every
much is never enough burger.
yes. So I would say 3. I can't go 2.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
3. I can't do math on camera.
This is where I say to chefs all the time. Sometimes I look at something like this and go, it's really not my speed, but it'll be a huge hit.
Yeah.
know what I
Agreed.
mean?
Yes.
So it's doing exactly what the restaurant wants to do with it.
Yes.
But as a pure burger, burger, how's that? I mean, it may be just, again, an overwhelming amount of meat.
One thing it is, it's definitely a full meal.
It's a full days of eating.
Yeah,
you got the
that's true.
egg
That's
for
true.
breakfast.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
got the burger for lunch, and then you've got the rib cap
Yeah.
steak on top for your dinner.
For dinner. No,
So
no.
it is all of your meals in
3
one.
meals in one.
Probably the,
price,
best deal.
The price is very fair.
Yes.
The price is incredible.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm just,
Considering some of the other burgers we saw in the crawl, I mean, what you're getting for $42 is actually remarkable.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, no, there's no question.
Mm-hmm.
Can we also talk about how great a good red wine pairs with a cheeseburger? I mean, it's one of the great pairings of the world.
Didn't you like fluke into that discovery
I did.
at In-N-Out?
I did. I would bring In-N-Out home, and then I'd open a Bordeaux, and it turned out it was like became my favorite thing, guilty pleasure, and did a lot of it during COVID.
true fact, I've had great wines with White Castle burgers.
No.
A sack of White Castle.
Yeah, because they're greasy.
Yeah.
greasy.
Actually, the greasier,
Yeah,
the better the
right.
wine is.
You get a really tart red wine, something like this, we'll
Yeah.
worth bite it, and it just there's something that pairs it just perfect. I mean, it's just
Absolutely.
there's a reason why things go with things.
And I think Carversteak has a great by the glass menu
Program,
here.
yeah.
So that's the best play in town, I would say. Go sit at the bar, order the burger, order a glass of wine, have yourself a solo dinner.
And I'm guessing this is a 2018 Brunello di Montalcino, but I'm probably wrong.
Evo,
Evo will make a fool
thumb
out of me.
up. He's right. Close.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's he?
And I
off
did not
by?
cheat. I did not see the bottle.
I think
Ready
we
for
are.
chef.
Yes. Well, I think this was a great, worthwhile tasting. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna get chef out here. I think I see French fries
The
coming
chef is
too.
bringing in
Oh, French fries.
for the fry breaker.
The fry,
Fry
breaker.
breaker.
Fry breaker. We have to see what a fry breaker would do.
Yes. All right. So yeah, we'll get French fries and chef for the next segment. This will be fun.
There you go.
I'm the best.
Personal injury law has been the same for a long time.
The best.
Big egos, greed, and sleazy schemes. We've had enough. Welcome to Sam & Ash, the new standard for personal injury law, where things are done the right way, because you deserve a team that delivers real support and results. When you have both, your whole world can change. Sam & Ash Injury Law, because you deserve what's right.
All right, we're back. It's Eat Talk Repeat. We are sitting here in Carversteak, inside Resorts World.
Food coma.
Food coma for this one. So if he falls asleep, Don't worry, it happens all the time.
Wine coma for me.
Wine coma over here, so they're gonna make me do all the work, which is normal. I'm used to it. But we just got to experience the Carversteak and egg burger. It was incredible, but now we're getting the mastermind behind it, Chef Daniel Ontiveros.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, thank you. This is incredible.
Thank you guys for joining.
I would love to know a little bit more about it. How long, because it's new.
It's new, yeah. So we've had it for about 3 weeks now.
Okay.
Again, semi-secret.
Semi-secret?
I think the word is out there. We run about 12 to 15 burgers a night at the bar only.
What?
When we're out, we're out.
So we've taken up part of the inventory for today.
Yeah, so we're down 3 burgers right now, but
It's John's
okay.
fault because John, after the
I
fact, was
wanted my
like,
own burger
He was
because I don't share well with others.
he was like, we could have only done one, and then he sits over there and massacres it with his fork and knife.
Yeah, I
so-
do. I'm more of a like. This is how I eat a burger, little pieces at a time.
Like a
It's really
bird.
weird. It's an old boomer thing. I admit it. Guilty. Yeah.
So 2 weeks about? You've had it?
About 2 weeks we've had the burger on.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
How
so-
long was the R&D behind it? That's what John wants to
Honestly,
know.
the R&D was probably about 2 days.
Really?
Yeah. So the
Wow.
idea came, I do a lot of cooking at home for my kids and stuff. And one day we were making steak and eggs for breakfast. And I put it, the only bread I had at the house was burger buns from the night before. So my daughter and my son were like, why don't you just do a steak and egg burger? And I was like, you know what? It's a good idea. So I came into work and that's what we did.
So they're the masterminds.
They are the
They're earning their
mastermind.
keep,
They
I
are,
guess.
they
That's
are.
always the goal.
Yeah.
Sam said
I threw the rib cap in there just to call it my burger, but yeah.
Well, Sam said it right. I mean, you've got breakfast, you got egg and bun and bread, you got lunch, a burger, and you got dinner. The rib cap steak, and you just got them all in one white meal.
Yeah, handheld too.
I don't even want to think about the calorie count on this thing.
Oh, it's
That's
healthy.
very low. Very low.
low.
Yeah.
Very
It's
low.
very low.
This is a protein-dense meal, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I call it the too much is not enough burger. Okay.
Okay, so I tried going through it. Why don't you explain kind of your thoughts in every ingredient, its role, why you thought it was the perfect match? Because I think at any given point we were all going, oh, there's the Gruyère, oh, there's the horseradish.
There's your chimichurri.
Yeah.
Chimichurri,
Yeah.
So
So, well, let's start with the bun first,
Yes.
right? So the buns, my good friends down at 1228 Main, right?
Yeah.
So all of those guys,
Yeah.
this is where the
Oh my
buns are
goodness.
coming from.
I was there the
So
other
I just want to
day.
give them a shout out. They're doing a really good job for us, and things like that. So it's amazing brioche bun, toasted and clarified butter. We use Snake River Farms rib cap,
Okay.
which is our #1 selling steak at night on our dinner menu.
Okay.
Classic chimichurri, little garlic, fresh herbs, chilies, vinegar, olive oil, tons of olive oil on there. Obviously, you have the over easy egg, horseradish cream, and crispy fried crunchy onions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Great.
lose those.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
great.
So what we do with those is almost like a Korean style chicken wing breading to it. So if you've ever had Korean style chicken wings, they're super crispy even though they're tossed in the sauce. So the idea behind this was when you have the chimichurri and you have everything, those onions don't get soggy as
Yes.
fast. So
Yeah.
you still get that crunch, that nice texture. And then the patty itself is a American Wagyu 6-ounce burger. So pretty simple.
You're
Nothing
getting about
complicated.
10 ounces of meat here, 12 ounces of meat.
The rib cap is about rib cap's about 3 ounces, 3 to 4 ounces,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then about 6 ounces on the patty.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It's a lot of meat.
pretty healthy. Pretty healthy.
Now,
Healthy portion.
for the uninitiated, the rib cap, when you get a rib eye, it's always that little strip across, that really tender across the top of the rib,
Correct.
of the prime rib, right?
Correct. That's the outer layer, otherwise known as the spinalis as
Yeah.
well. So
And it's usually fork tender. It's the most
super tender.
Yeah.
yeah. So
And meaty. It's fantastic.
yeah, so it's
And then
super
we were
delicious.
all commenting on the fries, which we ate off camera, which was probably for everyone's best.
And I
interest.
commented on the
I'm actually
cheese.
eating them on camera.
I'm eating
I
her
can't
Gruyère.
stop.
Their
Oh, the Gruyere cheese. We forgot
yeah.
the Gruyere cheese. We can't skip the Gruyere
Yeah.
cheese. Yeah,
It's so
absolutely.
great.
Yeah,
And that's unique.
Yeah, that's unique. It's my favorite cheese. It caramelizes nicely, just like French onion soup. Nice
Yes.
caramelization. That's my favorite part of the onion soup, really. So this is my favorite part of the burger, next to the rib cap.
Yeah.
I feel my food coma coming on, but it is incredible. But let's talk about
The
the
fries, yeah. So our fries, classic Kennebec potatoes, crispy fried, and we use our special Carversteak seasoning blend. We developed our own recipe, sent it out to get developed, and now it's very special to us, and we're the only ones who can order it.
Well, it has. I mean, I know you don't want to maybe reveal this, but I think it has a little kick.
There is a little kick. There's a couple secret ingredients in there.
He's from Central Texas.
Right.
Food's going to have a kick, right?
Yeah. So there's a little cayenne pepper, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, things like that. Toasted coriander seed, some fennel pollen.
And then your fry sauce.
And then the fry sauce. Yeah. So again, ketchup, because everybody, why not? But then we have a chipotle aioli. So
very good.
It's really good. So we were doing this steakhouse burger crawl all May, I believe it was. And one of the things we were always tasting was fries that came out. And a lot of fries are kind of the forgotten item on a plate. We're kind of like, oh, they're good. Okay. Few places stood out. These, by far, are what I would call destination French fries.
Yep.
That's great.
They are great. I could see myself showing up, sitting at your bar, ordering a great glass of wine, and just wanting some of the fries.
Absolutely.
And even the burger,
They should be crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. They should taste like potato. Okay.
Not too thick.
Not too thick, not too thin. I'm not a big fan of thick cut fries. I'm just not. I'm just fan of
which we have those too, but
yes.
like the
These
way
are
I'm
great.
built. I prefer things slim and slam built.
yeah, we didn't take any shortcuts on the fries. I'm a firm believer of start strong, finish strong. So again.
And that was one of John's great lines when we were eating these, is about the groceries. What'd you say?
A good grocery. You can taste the good groceries.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
if you take a
every
bite,
ingredient in here
you can
is
just tell. I mean, it's just, ingredients matter, and then the
Absolutely.
more you eat out, we eat out a lot, you eat out a lot. I mean, you take a bite and you go, higher quality, you can sense it sometimes. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
and you really know when it's not there. Okay. You can just, mid or basic ingredients, just kind of, you go,
or an ingredient's trying to be masked, like it's there, but it's not. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to hide something else. But
which hence the onion jam that we found.
oh my god,
So if I see one more onion jam.
Onion jam on the burger.
Yeah. It's
with
just like,
brie, with like a giant hunk of
Cloaking
brie.
device
Yeah.
it's a
for bad food.
It's a
Yeah, well, this burger, like we tested it a
Romulan
couple
cloaking
times,
device.
and we added lettuce and tomato and things like that, and then I just, less is more. So
Screw lettuce on
we
burgers.
just started. I was like, no, we don't need the lettuce, we don't need the tomato, we don't need this.
Yeah, it's not good. I think the lettuce and tomato, the people don't want, nobody wants that.
You just were telling me about how great the lettuce was at Shake Shack.
Being consistent is not John's strong suit.
We love you. Okay,
Let the meat shine through.
I agree.
Which
This does.
this did.
And
And it
what I would say this burger also accomplishes, anyone that shows up at the bar is lucky enough to get one of the allocated burgers for the night. It will make them wanting to come back for an actual steak.
Correct.
And so that is, I think, a very fine accomplishment. But I want to kind of remind everyone what the deal is with the burger, when they can get it, if they have to sit at the bar, how many there are,
and price.
price point, if it comes with fries, if it doesn't. And then I want to get more into you, because I
Okay.
think John goes back with you, and I want the...
Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah, and I want the
He
people
had
to
hair,
know.
I think.
I did actually. Yeah.
Okay,
back
so
at
what's
therapy days. Back downtown.
Therapy
Yeah,
down.
remember?
Whoa.
That was my first restaurant. Well, we'll get into that. But that was
hold
my first
hold
restaurant I
that.
opened. Yeah.
John's always an eager beaver over here. Okay, so tell the people about the burger.
That's
Just
my
wrap
wife.
it up, and then we'll get into you. 'cause I
Yeah,
think-
so the burger, 7 nights a week you can get the burger at the bar only.
Okay.
We have about 12 to 15 a night. It comes with fries, ketchup, chipotle aioli, and it goes really well with a glass of wine or a nice cold Hedicino beer.
Ooh,
Pretty straightforward.
there you go.
Yeah.
And $42?
$42.
Which, by the way, is value.
It is a value when you're getting, a 6-ounce Wagyu patty. You're getting about 4 ounces of Wagyu American rib cap, Gruyère cheese, the crispy onions, the chimichurri sauce, and the horseradish cream, brioche bun. I mean, it's
And
just,
the fries.
and the fries.
Isn't it
yeah.
20% less than a lot of the places that we
It
that we
is-
liked?
Yeah, at least 10%.
There's a couple burgers we trashed, and we won't name them anymore. But they're like bumping up against $50, and we were like,
And no fries.
Yeah, no fries. Like, no. I mean, who are they?
I mean,
Yeah.
you just got to give the people what they want and make it
There are
delicious.
some that were bumping on 60.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. And then
no
then
fries.
when you add $40 to park. I remember one time
Oh, yeah.
Sam and I,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and Sam and I don't gripe about prices at all, okay? But it is something when we both go, well, we just had this $40 burger and we paid $30 to park. So
you
we
guys
had
have-
a $70 burger. And it's a little much.
But Resorts World,
Yeah.
free complimentary parking right now.
nice.
So
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that
it's
is
a good
great.
thing.
Yeah.
I've definitely, since hearing that, have been here, I think 4 times in the last 2-3 weeks, and that's a big seller. I don't have to worry about valet. It's easy.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
My kids are eating at Wally's right now because you're not open for lunch.
I could have made them burgers.
I know, but you
I think we got. I think we got 8
left.
left. So
Okay, so now let's talk about you, Daniel. I want to hear about your kind of history. John, I think, knows you from
Comme ça,
from
therapy.
Comsa, therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
when we first met.
Yeah.
In what order were you at those two?
At
Therapy first.
Therapy first.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So a little bit of background. You know, born and raised in Texas. Went to culinary school to Le Cordon Bleu in Texas. Moved out here. Worked for Thomas Keller, Joe Robuchon, Michael Mina, David Myers, a couple other spots here in town. But I first met John at Therapy downtown, which is a restaurant right on
East Fremont.
East Fremont.
That block of East Fremont,
Yeah,
it's kind of
okay.
become degraded over time.
Yeah,
but it
that was my
really
first
cool.
venture on my own. My very first restaurant I
Wow.
opened at 22 years old or so.
Oh my gosh.
and you opened it?
And I opened it.
Wow.
And it
Yeah.
was fantastic. It was life-changing.
Had no clue what I was doing. Had no clue what I was
Sometimes
doing.
that's the
Just-
best case scenario.
But all I knew was we're gonna make good food.
Yeah.
So
What was this,
that's the easy part.
2008, 9?
Oh man, I don't even know. Somewhere on there
10,
probably.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
This was when they were still trying to do good food on East Fremont.
This was way before then. Yeah.
And, and they opened Therapy. I go there. I don't know Daniel from nobody, and I would just sit down and I'm eating. I forget what I have, but I'm going. This, I'm dropping my fork, going. This is not East Fremont, downtown Las Vegas food.
Yeah, steak
And-
tartare. We had
Yeah,
foie gras. We had
my
You
God.
had all kinds.
In-
You had some
early
really
before
unique
2010?
appetizers. I remember.
Wow.
Yes, and you know, we were a little early to
Yeah.
that part because you still had the people coming in and what is this? I just want a Budweiser. I'm like,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
how early we were.
Wow.
So which is
And,
fine.
and he made it so good, and he got tons of great press. And then, of course, as they do with some of these restaurants, they bring in a great chef that gets everybody talking and gets a great buzz in the local media. Remember, this was pre all the social media Yelp stuff that we deal with
For
now.
your micro-influencing?
Pre my micro. I was a macro influencer back then. Okay.
Manual influencer.
Yeah. But tremendous buzz. And then, of course, the owner looks around and goes, I'd rather just serve Budweisers
Yeah.
and shitty chicken wings to everybody.
Yeah.
So literally after what, we were there 6 months?
Exactly 6 months. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I remember,
exactly.
I remember going in, I didn't ask for you or anything. I go in, take a few bites and go, this is shit. I mean, what
happened?
What happened? And we're readjusting things, and which is their speak for dumbing things down because
Yeah.
we want to appeal to the nickel beer crowd, not the John Curtis crowd. So, but their loss, our gain. You went to Comme Ça with Michael Myers, with not Mike,
David Myers.
David Myers, excuse me. And Comme Ça, in its day, one of the best French bistros in town.
It was.
So
It was. We were doing really cool stuff over there.
I'd like him to start cooking French food eventually, but that's just me.
Yeah, that is my background. So I spend a lot of time with again Thomas Keller, Robuchon, things like that. So very.
So
very,
how long have you been in Vegas now?
About 15 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, it's 2010. Yeah,
local.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
In
born
Vegas
and raised.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vegas years are like dog years. After so many, you're like, nope, you're just a local.
Yeah,
You've basically been here
You can
long
call
enough.
yourself that.
Yeah.
10
You're
years
one of us
here,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, how does a steakhouse distinguish itself in this town? I mean, I had John Mariani. Remember John Mariani, the food writer for Esquire?
Yeah.
He wrote me just a little week ago. He said, another steak, because the Wynn is bringing in an Italian steakhouse
saw
guy.
that.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
So he writes and he goes, is every restaurant in Las Vegas about to become a steakhouse? And I just wrote him back one word, Yes.
Yeah.
Am I right?
You're not wrong.
Why? Why?
Why? I think there's a uniqueness. I mean, in terms of Carversteak, what we do here, we have a really, I think it all starts with the core group of people that make Carversteak very special and what it is today, and the growth that we've seen throughout the years since opening. You have not only myself, but you have Francesco Lafranconi, which we'll get into later. You have Sean Christie, you have Steve Geddes, Master Som, and his wife, who was also a Master Sommelier. So you have a really solid foundation, good core of people that created something very beautiful and continues to evolve and grow and adapt to what the growing trends are and things like that, But also just sticking to the basics, cooking, seasoning things well, and, again, being innovative.
Steak sells, right?
Steak sells, yeah.
Yeah.
Just let the meat speak for itself.
Yeah,
No fancy anything on the steak, just simple.
Okay, I'm gonna put you kind of on the hot seat, because I'm gonna make you pick your favorite kid, basically. If someone's coming into the restaurant and they don't know what to order, and what are some items that you think are absolute must orders for them or their group of people?
Some must orders. I would definitely start with the cheesesteak bites, which is one of our number one selling appetizers. Again, shaved Wagyu beef, caramelized onions, beef broth. It's not a Philly cheesesteak. Not a Philly cheesesteak.
Listen, not Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah,
I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
because there's some
Because people will come in and they'll be like,
this-
no Chili's cheesesteak, man.
This is not a Philly, and I have friends from Philly, so you guys know who you are. That's not a Philly. Yes, you're
Okay.
right. It is not a Philly cheesesteak.
it is a Vegas cheesesteak.
So it's a cheesesteak sandwich, cheesesteak bite. It's a little Parker roll, just toasted in butter,
It's very good.
caramelized onion.
The trouble with it is you order and eat two of them, you're not hungry anymore. Okay,
That is the trouble.
It's
Yeah,
very filling, but they're really good.
recommend sharing that.
Yes.
Yes.
And
So
let me interrupt you. The first thing you start with is one of Francesco's cocktails.
Yeah.
Then you
true.
move on
Yes.
to the
that is true. That is very true. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. He makes delicious cocktails for sure.
Yeah. So more must-try items on the menu.
Must-try items. I would have to say the Binchotan grilled jumbo prawns. They're grilled over Japanese grill with a chili garlic butter, like a chili garlic yuzu butter, in a seasoned panko and lime. That's one of my favorite dishes right now. It's a nice little appetizer, shareable. The crudos, the tuna, the tartare, steak tartare, the tuna tartare, the sashimi with
he never met
ponzu.
a piece of raw fish he didn't like. This
Or
guy.
meat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Steak tartare, crudos, all
Less
of
cooked,
it.
the better.
Yeah. But yeah, those are just some of my favorite starters, For salads, I think my favorite salad right now is the wedge salad.
That's a
So
classic.
it's a classic, Our dressing is nice and it's got a nice acidity to it, red wine vinaigrette. We top it with some warm bacon and a crispy onion ring. So
That's nice.
a little bit different, but
I'm almost hungry again.
And okay, what about the proteins?
proteins. I would have to go with rib cap.
Okay.
And then the 28-day dry aged Kansas City.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorites. We tested a bunch of dry aged steaks. Anything less than 28 days, it just doesn't have enough flavor. Anything more than that, it's just too much.
Your compatriot Nicole Brisson next door says about the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, the sweet spot for most people. I like a 60-90 dry age, but you're going to sell more in the 30 by 30.
When we first opened, we had a 45-day, I want to say.
Yeah.
And the feedback from guests was just,
Awfully
it's
gamey.
too much. It's too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
It's too. So we
Peasants.
toned it down. Yeah.
They didn't come in with their ascots ready, okay?
Yeah.
But
anyway, that's one thing. Kansas City strips used to be a thing. When I was a mere tyke, that's what my dad always got. And then they fell out of favor. And it's kind of you also used to call them Delmonico steaks, isn't that? I mean, it's sort of it's not as thin as the shell steak, right? It's a bigger steak, but it still has the bone in it. I have that right?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. It's got the bone in it still.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So the steak vernacular has changed over time. You know what
It
I mean?
has
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So what do you do when someone orders a well-done steak? Does a little part of you die inside?
No, not at all. Actually,
Oh, with-
it's the
with-
opposite. No,
extra
look, see,
ketchup.
you know, like I'm a very firm believer. You know, we're chefs, and all egos aside, you know, I've had people come in and order well done A5 Japanese Wagyu, and to me, I don't even flinch. Because
You're a better person than all of us.
aside from the culinary side, you know, there's a business side to it, right? We give the guests what they want.
Some guy wants to waste $300 on a piece of
On a piece of
overdone meat.
cardboard?
I'll take it all day long.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Do you think-
but again, it's
Yeah.
hospitality, right? We're here to give the guests what they want. They're here to enjoy the experience, order what they want to order, and it's up to us whether it's rare, mid-rare, well done. It doesn't matter. You know, we shouldn't look at it like that. We should look at it as we're here to take care of our guests.
Are your servers instructed to sort of say, we can't really guarantee the tenderness of the steak if you want it well done, that sort of thing?
They are, but I think that somebody who's ordering a well done steak generally knows
Yeah.
what they're getting or what they're ordering.
Like
you
my
know?
big
They
So-
want bad food.
My big, yeah, Betsy, shout out to my sister Betsy.
Yeah.
We love you,
Yeah.
Betsy.
Betsy, I mean, she listens every week. But she wants a piece of beef that has the consistency of shoe leather.
Are
She
there
does.
some like cuts of steak that are better
That's
cooked
a
a
great
little
question.
longer? Actually, like when you go in, do you just have a set temperature that you order all of your steaks at, or are there some that you'll go a little rarer? Or
You know, that is a very good question because yes, there are some steaks that, you know, a lot of people are like, I want mid-rare. All I eat is mid-rare. But, you know, for the rib cap, you can eat it rare, mid-rare. But I find it, and even though it's a tender piece of meat, it's still, I think medium is the sweet spot, just because the proteins break down a little bit more. It's a little bit more tender actually when it's medium.
It's like it's grainy too. It's got a lot of grain to it. Yeah.
It does. You know, for instance, a flat iron steak. A flat iron is a shoulder cut of meat, so it's a working muscle, right? It's going to be a little tougher. I would not recommend medium rare on that. That's always like medium.
Yeah.
You know, on those
Because
types of
otherwise
steaks.
it's too chewy.
Otherwise, it's too
sinewy,
chewy.
right?
It's too chewy, or you know, and then guests will send it back and say it's too chewy. Well, it's,
Yeah, to me,
there's a recommendation on
How
that.
do you deal with that? It's like I would be like a soup Nazi. I would just say, "Get out of my restaurant."
he'd come out
okay?
to the table and be like,
Yeah,
"You're
get
out of here."
You know, I mean, you wanted it well done. You know, we cooked it the way. Now you can't chew it. Now you don't like it. What do you want a well done steak that's tender? It doesn't exist.
I actually
Or a
think-
well done juicy. I mean,
Well done, chew.
well done juicy. I mean, there's
yeah.
that too, right?
It's too
I've
dry.
heard that.
You're
yeah.
like,
I want a
Yeah,
well done
yeah,
juicy.
yeah.
I'll try my best.
Yeah.
I'm up for the
Maybe
challenge.
John could fill in the dining room for a night, you know?
Yeah.
See what that does for you guys.
Yeah. Where's Evo? I want to be the bacon beef for that. And watch at the end of the night, they got 4 customers.
they're great customers, but you only got 4.
You get leaf.
Our Yelp scores have declined.
We'll make sure that they mention John. So.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up. One of the fun things we always talk about on the show is pet peeves. Like as
Okay.
customers, when we go out, we've got our own
Putting you
pet
on the spot,
peeves.
Daniel.
Uh-oh.
Like when we go out, like what are some of your pet peeves? Either, and then we can do this 2 ways. What are your pet peeves of things you see in a kitchen as a chef? If you were ever like show up in a kitchen, you're like, oh, that's just not my style or how I operate. And then also as a diner, like something that you don't like. Like what's an example for me is they make fun of me because I have micro pet peeves. Mine are
God.
like the tiniest of
I'm sorry.
inconveniences.
You know, like the princess and the
spoon.
pea
Yeah.
with the 100 mattresses, and there's one little.
Here's an Ash Watkins pet peeve. You know the spoon with the chipotle mayo? It was a little large for me. You know, I like them
Not that
a little
ridiculous, no.
smaller.
No, like one would be if ordering sparkling water and not being asked about ice. Like, do I want ice or not ice? And then it
The presumption of ice in sparkling water,
yes.
for example.
Got
like
it,
something like, or John, what was yours?
Well, let's just do them.
I got pet peeves
I'll
coming out
do
of my
one.
ears.
Okay,
Let's-
I'll do my recent one that I noticed. I went to a nice restaurant, and on the table they had a centerpiece. And it was a really nice restaurant, centerpiece, but they use fake tea light candles. I am a grown adult. You can trust me with a tea light flame. Like, don't give me the little
See?
cinnamon ridiculous.
The batteries
But yeah,
running
the
out.
battery, like the fake flicker, like just
It's for your safety.
yeah. So
Can
that's
you imagine living with her? I mean, it would just be a hellscape.
That's why I've got a dog. He can't complain.
Oh, he complains.
You know?
He does. Okay, what's yours?
I just had it happen again. I don't like when
We're giving
when
you time to think here.
When they
No, I'm
I don't like
listen.
when they automatically split the plate. If we order some things for the table, don't automatically split it.
That's a good one.
I really it rankles me. I had that happen.
Well, they're trying to be nice. Give the kids a break. I mean, I
want
get
to see
upset
the meal.
about
I mean,
everything.
I want the
can get
plate
upset
as
about
it
that.
comes. Like the whole point of eating family style is you put the plate in the middle of the table and you share it.
Yeah, I get it. Or an ask. Just
Or ask.
It's
Right.
ask.
It's the presumption.
Okay.
You know, my pet peeve has nothing to do with restaurants right now, but it does have to do with eating. Have you ever been to weddings where they have a giant
Centerpiece.
centerpiece
That's the
and
best.
you can't talk to people on the other side of the
yeah.
centerpiece?
Yeah.
You're literally sitting
You're like,
this close to people. And you're
That's for their
you're-
protection, John.
Have you noticed
it's
that
a
your
barrier.
centerpiece is
It's always your centerpiece.
so big. So yeah, screw those big centerpieces.
You're wondering why out of all the tables, your table is the only one with the centerpiece.
Yeah, you're like,
Okay.
everyone protect him
All
from
right.
John.
So you give us a pet peeve.
Yeah.
So one of my biggest pet peeves, and I'll give you two, one in the kitchen,
Love it.
one
Yeah.
out. My biggest pet peeve in the kitchen is, when we're here to give the guests what they want, what they come here for, hospitality. I just recently dealt with this with a chef who said, I'm not going to cut the burger in half. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that, because of the integrity of the burger or the integrity of the steak. If the guest wants it cut, if the guest wants it split, whatever the guest wants, we are here for the guests, and that is my biggest pet peeves is that sometimes there's just, egos need to be put aside and we need to do what's best for the guests. Working for Thomas for a very long time, there was guests who would come in who are vegans, vegetarians. Hey, what are we going to do tonight? We have 4 vegans coming in. Let's think of something. And, it was just a way for us to accommodate those guests and show them that we can do it. That's part of our job is to, hospitality, accommodate, make people feel welcome. But, I've seen chefs who won't cut a
That's a
steak.
great
They won't
one.
slice a steak. They won't, they won't change the menu because, or this dish because that's the way it comes. Well, no, that's not. I understand that that's the way it comes, but the guest is paying for it, right? So let's just make them happy.
I try to see both sides of this, and I agree with you, especially in Las Vegas, which is such a tourist-oriented
Hospitality too.
hospitality-oriented. But I also see the chef side of it because in most of the world, when you go out to work, eat in the Czech Republic or in Rome, Italy, or at Tokyo, Japan, I'm here. You're going to feed me. What do you have? Oh, you have that. Thank you. I'm going to eat what you've got on the menu, and they're grateful for that. Americans are this. Well, I'd like the carbonara, but I don't want egg in it. And please, I don't want to take the cream out. It's like Americans are so focused on that sense of entitlement that I can see why a chef would just go, enough of this crap.
Yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So I see your point too.
Yeah, it's both sides.
You can't.
Yeah.
In
There's got to
Vegas,
be reason
in
on both.
Vegas,
Yeah.
you can't be that temperamental.
And do we really like vegans?
That's true. I was going to say, yeah, they're the first ones not to be letting in the front door. Evo, no more vegans.
We have a vegan menu here at Carversteak. So
Jesus. Yeah, there isn't a God, apparently. Okay, all right. So now, personally, what would you give a pet peeve?
personally, I think that, and it happened to me recently. We sat down at a sushi restaurant, and we hadn't even got our drink order in, nothing. And it was like, what do you want to order? And I was like, can I get a menu? Like just that pushingness of, what do you want to order? What do you want to order? But I haven't even looked at the menu. I haven't even had the drinks. I haven't even ordered my drink. Nothing, right?
When you're ready, it's like,
Yeah.
It's just like,
speed this up because I'm busy.
yeah. See, and I actually handed the menu back and I said, you know what? I'm actually going to leave. And I left because of that.
Whoa.
I just rather not deal
local
with
joint?
it. Yeah. So I'd rather just not deal with it. And
Okay, off camera.
because all I'm going to do is I'm
Off
going to
camera,
complain
I
the
wanna-
whole time, right?
Yeah.
So I just matter of sleep.
I want to hear what it was off camera. I want to hear the
He'll tell us off camera.
off camera. Okay, we have to throw anybody under the bus.
But well, this has been really fun. It's been great to meet you, get to know you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Also experience this new creation, the Carversteak and Egg Burger.
The Carversteak
So-
and egg burger, and you can get it without the egg if you don't want it.
Yeah.
You can.
I'm just proud to have known him for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seen Daniel Ontiveros through his career in Vegas, which has just been on an upward trajectory since the day I met him, and it's just
Yeah, it was
a
line
wonderful
cook,
thing to see.
Line cook
yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
And if
Well,
John
thank
gets
you.
his wishes, you'll be doing French food at some point in your
Yeah.
future. So
Oh man, he makes a great croque monsieur. He
Yeah.
does. Oh my God. Oh my
The
God.
pâté en croûte is.
That pâté en croûte,
oh
yeah.
my God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he did all the charcuterie stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
my
of it,
goodness.
and it was
Little
like
vol au vent.
Yeah.
look at it. You go.
eye popping. Okay.
Carversteak and Egg Burger, guys. Chef Daniel, this is incredible. Thank you for having us.
Thank you,
Really
guys.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
And then I think we're off to experience your outdoor bar, Le Spritz, with
Le Spritz with
master
with
cocktail
Maestro Francesco.
The
yes.
Maestro.
So
Francesco Lafranconi.
Lafranconi.
I love saying
Lafranconi.
that.
You have to say it.
gotta-
you gotta.
Lafranconi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love his hair.
Yeah.
He's got great hair.
Oh, he does.
I'm jealous.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
He's not
On
even
to the
listening.
bar. Off to the bar.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Chef.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Pop, pop, pop music. Pop, pop, pop music.
Here we are. It's Eat Talk Repeat. We've gone from the dining room to the back bar, which is now Le Spritz.
Le Spritz bar.
And we are here with the legendary Francesco Lafranconi. You got to say it like that. You can say it like that. And he's going to teach us how to make the famous Aperol-Spritz.
Or other signatures that we have.
Yeah, okay.
Francesco, you got your work cut out for you.
So it's very simple. I share with you.
I'm not a mixologist. I have no skills, but he told me, no fear, Francesco is here. So-
Exactly, because the spritz is such a simple, refreshing, easy combination of 3 ingredients. Prosecco, which is Italian sparkling wine made from Glera grape, just northeast of Venice. And typically an aperitivo, Aperol, Select, Campari, Italicus, and others, or and then top off actually with seltzer or club soda, or even sparkling water if you don't have the club soda on hand. But it's a very easy, refreshing drink. So
we're going to do Prosecco, Aperitivo,
yes,
and
Prosecco.
club soda.
You've already
Club
confused
soda.
her.
No, it's perfect.
No, I got it right. Don't, John, stay out of this.
She didn't even drink a spritz yet.
Yes.
She cannot be confused.
Yeah.
Here's the extent of my mixology skills.
You should have savored that.
Well, we get in trouble with savoring on this show. So
But just to walk you through,
Yeah.
This is our latest creation to try to bring some energy and happiness to the patio, all year long. So we have this beautiful bespoke glass that it became also the logo of Le Spritz as well. And we wanted to keep it on the 1950s, 1960s Dolce Vita, where the French Riviera and the Italian Riviera met, with back in the days, from the time of Hotel du Cap, Monte Carlo, Cap d'Antibes, Nice, and then in Italy, of course, and the Cinque Terre, and so forth. So the Spritz is a very playful, aperitivo, usually consumed before dinner. Now, the Aperol is the world leading with 10 million cases, so it's a very, very important, ingredient in the Spritz. But in Venice alone, in the city of Venice, Select is also the image of the gondola, you can see.
Oh, yeah.
This was created in 1920. They just reopened the distillery in Venice. And this is
More
really
red.
what Venetian drinks. So
Yeah.
if you love Campari and Aperol, there's one in between flavor-wise that is not as citrus, bittersweet like Aperol, and not bitter aromatic like Campari. So this is like in between. And these also are available at the retail store. But what we also offer here, there are 6 signatures, all the classics made with all of these. But also we have 0 proof, because nowadays we have 0 proof Prosecco, which is not Prosecco legally, so it's a sparkling.
What is this? I don't even understand. 0 proof.
Yeah,
This, I'll
John,
show
there's
you.
a whole movement now where people don't want
Alcohol.
Huh?
Yeah.
I know. Boomer. Forgive him.
So
But yeah.
this is the 0 alcohol sparkling.
Oh, we should blind taste
Great.
John, see if he can even tell the difference.
Oh, it's actually so good. You have to try. I'm not sure
Yes.
I'll make it for you. And then that's about it. Then we also offer some type of tapas-like, appetizer from pan de tomate, right, with pan de cristal, with anchovies and fresh tomato. We also have croquetas with hamon, and
So
we
there's
just
food
wanted
back
to
here,
entertain.
not
Correct.
just
And the way you get to Le Spritz Bar is through Carversteak's main entrance.
Yes,
And are you
correct.
open the same exact hours as Carversteak?
Yes, from
Okay.
5 p.m. to closing.
Perfect.
And our bartenders have these nice, beautiful Aperol color orange suspenders, and very fun.
I love the
and,
orange everywhere.
Yes, it's a very bright color. So, which drink would you like to do? A classic, or would you like one of our signatures?
Let's do your signatures. Let's
Okay.
show the people what you
So-
guys can do.
All right, so you are going to make it for us. So,
Sorry.
Beautiful
Bespoke
glass,
glass.
bespoke glass. 10 ice cubes.
10?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
God.
this is a 1 inch by 1 inch
4.
cube. So we calculate
4.
everything.
2. Okay,
Look at she
10.
can count to
See.
10.
I got it.
Right here. So
Lesson is
now,
over. I didn't know you get that far.
I didn't either. Thank you.
now, well, we can make 2. So the first one, we do something very,
You want 10 in this?
a little bit more, yes,
10?
10 on those
Okay.
as well.
Now you got it twice.
Should we make one with alcohol and one without?
No.
Yes.
Or we make
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't know.
All right. So
And then
He's been vetoed already.
we'll do for the first one. We're going to take actually something very innovative right here. We do the Italicus liqueur
I love
there.
this bottle. If you're just curating a beautiful bar, this bottle.
Again, though,
Right?
We're just,
I mean, all the bottles are beautiful. The Saint Germain. This is
John, are you really going to veto the?
well, I'm just gonna look. I'm just looking at the Don Julio Añejo up here and just.
Well, we can have
probably
a, we
just
can
a
have a
slug
shot.
of that. Okay.
Oh,
it's
yes.
have
We
a
should have
shot of
started
that.
with a shot.
All right, let's go. It's never too late. Shot. Okay, so you break
Okay.
the ice.
Yes.
No pun intended.
No
Okay.
pun intended.
One for you.
okay. Thank
One
you.
for you.
Mille
So
grazie.
choose your poison.
Well,
An Añejo tequila is always
Okay.
appropriate, I think.
Yep,
All right.
perfect.
Let's
Let's,
go.
let's just a little shot. A little shot.
Let's try this one. This is our single barrel El Tesoro.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're not
anyway.
going to get to the Aperol
It's,
Spritz, but
don't worry about
that's
it.
perfect.
This is our single barrel of El Tesoro Reposado. We went to Mexico to Jalisco State to pick it up. It's aged in a little bit of a bourbon cask, very pale color. And
This is the step they don't tell you about.
salute.
Salute.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
so this is 0 proof.
Are you rethinking your 0 proof?
This one. Yes. Salute. Candy is dandy, but liquor is
already.
quicker. Okay.
All right, let's get on
Okay.
with the mix.
Yes, we got to.
So let's go Italicus. We
Okay.
pour, you can eyeball it. We usually use a jigger, but just about 1.5 ounces.
I don't know.
I tell you. Okay, perfect. Like that. I put a
little more?
just a tad more.
You know how I like my drink.
Yeah, perfect, like that. Then we can also have, this is a little bit of verjus.
Ooh.
Which is basically like wine without the alcohol. Like
Correct, perfect. So it brings a little bit of the acidity out.
Kind of very grapey, but with a little bit of an edge
It can
to
also
it.
be from white grapes or red
I
grape.
always
In this
wondered
case,
what
is
verjus was.
Yeah.
like that. And then
Yeah.
I'll let you try it too as well. And then what we can do is very simple. We also have some, white port, and in this case, what happened to the white port?
I don't know. I lost the white port.
So, we actually add some white port, but then we're gonna add.
Is the order important when you're
Yes,
putting? Okay.
usually for a great spritz, perfect like that, and then prosecco. There are
So-
multiple brands of prosecco. If you see brut, means that it has less sugar, and extra dry is more sugar. Believe it or not, perfect. So, I think a very good ratio to make your one of every spritz is 3 parts prosecco, 2 of the aperitivo of choice, and about 2 parts of soda. So like 3 to 2.
Okay. 3, 2, 2.
Or 3 and 1.5, 1.5. It depends if you want a little less. But it's very simple, easy. And then, of course, it's garnished with the citrus fruit. Just to show you, these are our beautiful garnish for some of our signature. We have rosemary, thyme, chorizo, orange, lemon peel, cucumber, and grapes. So, and then we also have our fresh botanical garden on the right there with the fresh lemon balm, basil, and so forth. But
If you don't have the fresh botanical garden, you're doing it wrong.
doing it wrong because
absolutely.
there are no excuses not to have a pot of basil in the house.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh,
you're welcome.
Everybody knows this.
So we give it a stir, not too much, just to, yeah. And when you do this, hold it with your free hand. You can hold the glass. Perfect.
Look at you.
Very good.
Mrs.
That's enough, so you don't lose the carbonation. And put it in there. And now you take, you can take, in this case, we can add a lemon peel, just like that, beautiful. We kind of press the oils like that.
Spritz them.
Spritz them, right? And then with the tweezers, we drop it in.
You drop it in.
Yeah, and then we're gonna put a little bit of a fresh thyme,
Look at these.
a sprig upright. Like that, perfect.
Look at
okay. And nice and simple, just like that. If you want to get a little bit more creative, you can add olives, like Sicilian olives, or and then of course we also have a fresh bell pepper. We can make another one after. So this is your first drink.
Wow.
Okay, what's this one called?
This is called Porto Bianco.
Porto Bianco.
Yes, and with beautiful, simple, refreshing.
Perfect for summer.
Oh, that's incredible. Oh,
Super easy. You
I
feel
love
like
the lightness of Italicus.
Italicus is
Man.
bergamot
Yes.
citrus. So let's make another one.
Yes, okay.
John, would you like to?
No, I like this white ashworth.
All right.
I just like to drink.
So
They all want
Francesco,
me to
you know
work.
this. I'm just a
let's
drinker.
do. Let me see. I have a.
Very good, Ashley. I mean,
One for one so far.
Porto Bianco.
It was
white
the
port.
tequila that I needed.
This is great.
I know.
is.
Jesus. You
I
made
think,
this?
yeah, I think a lot of people are. I know some people aren't into the herbaceousness and the bitterness of Aperols and true aperitivos, and that's the way. That's the workaround because that's really light.
322, huh?
Yes, 322.
322. Easy to 322.
Perfect. So, in this case, we also make 2 or 3 different seltzers with house-made syrups,
Okay.
and also Japanese red shiso, ginger in this case, and apple. So let's make this drink is very simple. We place what we call a cucumber board. You take the cucumber and with the peeler, you cut the very thin, or the mandolin.
Oh.
So you place it inside.
Because it looks like a little surfboard.
Yeah, we place it around the glass like that. Perfect. Like that. Very good. And now what we do, we take some chinar. Chinar is no cynar, it's actually chinar.
Chinar.
And
Artichokes, right?
artichokes, very good, correct.
Oh, it's got one on there.
And the reason why it's called chinar is because it was created in Italy, in Padua, near Venice in 1940s. And chinar, it takes the name from cinarina, is a compound that
say
helps
when?
the liver to detox toxins faster. So the artichoke, a little more.
Oh, a little more, okay.
Perfect. Okay. So the Cinarin gave the name to the brand of aperitivo, Cinar. And now what we do for this one, we take some, usually can be Riesling wine,
Okay.
if you want, but since it's a nice and weather, we just open the Prosecco, we can add the Prosecco to it. And then instead than club soda, we're gonna finish it off with a apple and ginger seltzer.
So you basically have like
Are you
a
talking
cartridge
Wednesday?
and with an apple ginger mix.
Yes,
in there.
we mix fresh apple juice with fresh
Mio
ginger
netto.
syrup, and then we charge it, and now you can keep it straight up and squeeze the triggers.
now
Yeah.
Looks like a.
Things are going to get dangerous
I know.
now.
I was like, this looks
Look
like
at
a.
this.
What am I doing? 3.
Yeah, press there. More. Then you keep going, and you do a little flare.
Oh, flare.
Oh, perfect.
We need flair.
All right.
Flare.
Now we're gonna give it a little stir with the spoon. So you see the drink becomes all, instead and be darker on the bottom, is supposed to be the even color, just like that. And now we add an orange slice. With the tweezer, you can insert the orange slice.
I'm getting exhausted here, guys.
Now you know
Ugh.
why the bartenders can wait to have a drink after the shift. Okay, nice and simple, a sprinkle mint, just for you.
Buy your bartenders drinks, guys. They work hard for you.
Give it a
Actually,
nice
you're
one.
looking to moonlight and make a little extra cash. You know,
Yeah.
this could be your next job.
If you see me behind the bar at Le Spritz, I apologize.
You're doing great.
Tip well, and we'll have fun.
She can make about one drink every 15 minutes. She'll do fine.
Perfect. And there you have it. This is a Chinar al fresco.
Chinar al fresco.
Al fresco.
Yes. So
I'm not giving this up.
Cheers.
The Porto Bianco.
we have many more glasses. Would you like to grab one?
I would love one.
Make one too. Here.
May I?
Perfect. Yes.
Oh, here,
right.
you get up there. You make. This is
Okay.
lovely.
I'm just drinking. I mean,
Okay.
You got a little earthiness.
Yes, this
So
is.
the only part.
I forgot for you. No,
Oh.
go ahead. Put strawberry.
I got a strawberry.
Add a strawberry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is the other end of the spectrum on the herbaceousness.
So now we're gonna stick with a classic,
Let's
right?
do it.
We put some Aperol,
Okay.
and then we're gonna garnish with some bell pepper and chorizo.
Wonderful. Okay.
And,
So
chorizo as in sausage.
Yes.
yes, I believe.
You saw Sam's
Is
reaction
it like that?
to the sausage.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
And then we top it up with prosecco.
Okay.
But in this particular case, we're going to add a touch of a Spanish gin mare.
I love it.
With the flavors of the Mediterranean. Just a
May I?
splash. Now, would you
this
like a
is-
little
Yeah,
taste?
I want a little
We
taste
should try
of
a
this.
little taste.
This is. Yeah, smell that. How
Oh,
good is
that's
that?
lovely.
How good is this? Whoa! Look at that!
This one,
Look at the
you smell-
botanicals.
you smell the Mediterranean coastline, beautiful rosemary, thyme, olive trees, and for
Thank
you,
you.
Holy juniper.
I'll get mine, and a little bit of
I
this
think that's the name of this part of this segment.
holy juniper. Yeah, that's a great
Salute.
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 So we put a little bit of this rosemary, beautiful savory aromatic
Gosh, it's like
notes.
running through a garden in Provence. It's
You have a little bit of the balmy.
Well,
No?
I guess you would know.
So we put a splash like.
John, I
Perfect.
love you.
All right, we make it like that. And now we just follow up with the basics.
Thank you.
Prosecco
Okay.
and soda.
okay. So this is the two, and three.
Yeah, 3 parts of this. So up to a little more.
This part of the show is brought to you by
Perfect.
Uber.
And then
how
we're
we'll
going
all
to
be
top
getting
it up
home.
with some sparkling soda. Couple ounces. Like that, perfect. Keep it a little on the boozy side, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So most of these just have 3 ingredients, right?
Three,
Francesco?
maybe 4. You give it a stir. And
And you always start with the aperitivo.
you go all the way to the bottom. Perfect. Yeah, the aperitivo, because the Latin word aperire means to open. To open, they stimulate the appetite. You stimulate the gastric juices by implementing bitter components from the aperitivo. So gentian, rhubarb, artichoke, bitter orange. So they increase the salivation, so the stomach is ready for
the
food.
pasta.
Right, for the pasta, the lasagna, the cannelloni. So now, what are we going to do? A slice of orange.
Oh.
And then, we just put a slice of orange in there. And then, look, like the sun.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's like
a
rising
sun
sun.
rising
Look
or
at
a
that
sun setting,
sunset.
depends.
Like the logo.
The aperitivo. Now we take red bell
Oh,
pepper.
red one.
Yeah, both, red and yellow
Okay,
and
I'll do
orange.
two.
Two, yes.
You.
Okay. Like
Perfect.
5 pepper
And then
ingredients.
we take with a cocktail pick, John. We got.
Oh.
Let's put some
And the
2 slices of chorizo.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And
So a little protein for my.
yes, and you can put it just across.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get for you some fresh basil from our little little, how can I say,
garden,
herb
yes.
garden.
So-
I'll be right back.
A little chorizo.
The boy's got skills.
Delightful.
We've kind of got like a
It's
little
okay.
a rainbow going from.
Yes.
Look at that. Cheers.
Look at this. Wait. I might
this
hasn't
is a
been
beer.
garnished fully yet.
You're partial garnished.
I will not drink any ungarnished cocktail. Improperly garnished cocktail.
I'm gonna wait.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
wait for the full.
Wait,
More
it.
food?
Oh.
Oh,
are
look
these
at
the-
those
Oh
dishes.
my goodness.
These
Oh,
are
Evo,
our,
this is great.
Croquetas.
these are our croquetas. Thank you, Ivo. You can move that away. And then with the tweezers, you
Oh.
can insert the. This is our fresh basil. We have.
This was growing a minute ago. This was thriving.
It's true. We have on
so-
site our the Resorts World Horticulture Department come here and replace the savory herbs. So look at that. So now you smell the peppery, zesty anise flavor of the basil with the chorizo and the bell pepper. It can't get any more summery
No.
and happy.
Oh my gosh.
Your cocktail is even prettier than my cocktail.
And listen,
Oh my gosh.
Competition.
Smell-
we do
smell
make
this.
Marcona almonds
Oh,
with
wow.
our special seasoning,
That's
some
nice.
olives,
Kinda nice.
pan de tomate, and also in-house. So we do this beautiful Idaho potato chips flavored with some truffle salt. You take one.
Oh my.
You are now transporting yourself to a piazza in Italy. 5 o'clock, the bell tower, you can hear the bells, beautiful people walking by after
can hear
shopping,
it.
relaxing, you
Eating-
know,
eating and
meeting
drinking
friends,
right before you
aperitivo
go out to eat and
moment.
drink.
Huh?
That's why I like Italy. You go out to eat and drink.
Yes.
Before
I can
you
tell.
go out to eat and
I
drink.
can tell by my jacket that I go out to eat and drink.
Well,
So you can see different color like
Yeah.
citrus, floral, typical orange, you know, Aperol, and then the earthier Chinar Light for those who like Pim's Cup or brown spirits, and but there are floral like Saint Germain, and
Smell
course,
this.
John
You
has
gotta
the
smell
lightest
this
drink
with
out
the
there.
with the.
and then you can sip it and eat the chorizo as well, so it gives you that pop of.
I hate
You
to say
know,
this, but
spicy.
Sam wins.
Well, I need
That's
to taste
the-
it. I smelled
that's,
it.
That's something else.
Well, this one for the audience is called the Garden Whisper. Whisper. The Porto Bianco and the Chinar al
That
Fresco.
chorizo, the smokiness of
You
it.
can also have some more chorizo if you like. And
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
but,
we're really hungry.
nowadays, so here, let
Okay.
me pass one of these for you.
I'm
The
gonna try one of these.
yes.
Oh wait, do I need the? What's the?
No, I think it just
Oh,
drizzle
drop down.
down
Okay.
a
This
little
is my
bit.
last bite. I have to take my kids out to dinner tonight.
Okay, I'll have one with you. Chef Daniel Ontiveros and the team always make some great treats.
And this is part of what's available on the menu out here on Le Spritz.
Yes, correct. And also, we even have beautiful Aperol color orange plates, to go in the theme. So we
This
bring happiness to Resorts
I was
World.
gonna
Yeah.
say this is a beautiful bar. I love the orange, the bright, the citrus trees you've got lining this place. You really do feel happy when you're out here.
Yeah.
It does. And in the evening, if you want to come here to stop by before you're heading out or enjoy a dinner inside or in the patio, it's a very
Grazie.
beautiful meeting point. We try to really promote the culture of the aperitivo when it becomes a social gathering and, friends and even people talking business at the end of the day, and they can relax and chill here and have that. This is the pan de tomate with pan de cristal.
Take.
I'm going to pass on the pan de tomate.
All right.
No, John, you're having some.
Yeah, I can.
Absolutely.
No, I'll save it. If
Okay, and
I can't eat another bite right now. I'm grooving on the cocktail.
but so good, right? With a little manchego and anchovy, fresh anchovy, and
These are incredible.
so
This is unbelievable.
For light bites, they're very thoughtful. And as I've learned, the groceries are good, is what John's told me. So all of the individual ingredients are incredible. And the same goes with these drinks. They're thoughtful and well.
If I was 40
Yeah,
years
it's-
old, I'd be having another bite too. But
it's
at some
okay.
point,
So
yeah, you have to
maybe since I'm not 40 anymore, why don't we split one?
John grumbles.
We just split one. You take the one with the cheese.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we have.
It would be rude not to.
Right.
Okay, so this is.
We're teaching John manners.
Oh, yeah. Because heaven knows I've never.
So there you go. This for you.
All right, that one right there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the other one is for me.
It's unbelievable.
Well, Francesco,
Well,
I'm loving what you're doing back here.
Mangia, mangia.
I mean,
Manja, yeah.
This is. I'm eating it. Sorry.
No, go for it. I love what you're doing back here. This is incredible.
Thank you.
Great space. I see myself out here. And before we started this segment, there were misters going everywhere that really cooled down the patio. And
We
so,
do, and also we have big fans that we turn on in the evening to aerate the environment. So the temperature is really cooling down drastically from the outside temperature
Yeah.
itself. So it's very conducive for a nice aperitivo al fresco.
Salute to Francesco.
Salute.
Salute, Francesco.
Grazie. And,
Grazie mille.
I keep drinking my
Grazie mille.
tequila. I think it's gin mare. Little gin shot in the afternoon.
So let's wrap it up here. But the way we kind of end all of these segments is on pet peeves. And so what I want to know is when you go to a bar, what's a pet peeve that you see, like in service or how they're crafting cocktails? Like John's would be that everywhere you go is smoking a cocktail anymore. That would be John's pet peeve.
I kind of agree with John.
No,
I think the acrid smoke flavor kind of, I think it's done.
Yeah.
You need to- I think one of my pet peeves, first of all, is the cleanliness of the bar.
Agreed.
That is like, the first. And then second, when they shake with not enough ice and you hear the sound and the ice is melting down fast, diluting the drink rather than chilling it because there is not enough ice mass.
That's an
That's something
insight.
nobody is listening for.
Yeah, only him.
That is kind of, the
That's
drink
next
is
level
going to be
stuff.
lousy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can hear it.
That's,
I can hear it.
I can hear this will not be a good drink.
Yeah, it's like a symphony, right? It's like you play, it's all the members in the orchestra, the way that you carry yourself behind the bar, you can determine if a person is very clumsy, noisy, or if somebody is very... The idea is to be like a swan behind the bar, right? Where you have this very beautiful, harmonious movement and graceful, and you paddle like a bastard underneath to stay afloat, but nobody sees that, right?
Yes.
So you provide a sense of calm and harmony and control, because at the end you're on the bridge of command. You're able to determine people's choices, you allow people to connect with each other, you're able to listen to stories and share. So I think the role of the bartender nowadays tends not to be so taken so seriously, but in society I think bartenders have a very important role to allow people to feel comfortable and always welcome. That's the true hospitality.
Yes, they're up there with therapists.
Yeah,
I know
correct.
a lot of divorced men who could not get along without good bartenders. Okay.
Well, thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Francesco, this is
Grazie
incredible.
mille.
Come to Le
Grazie.
Spritz. It's just fabulous. We're just cutting through the surface of what they have to offer.
correct.
So,
And
yeah.
like Chuck Baker say, come on baby, let's do Le Spritz. All right.
All right.
Yeah, cheers.
Okay,
Cheers.
salute.
If you can't tell, Le Spritz Bar is a
Certified vibe.
Yes.
There you go. That's a good one. That's a good one.